안녕하세요. In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 9 of All of Us Are Dead. Now, this is where I want the show to go. This episode starts off really fast because we find out that Guan Nam has made it to the rooftop and wants to attack Chong-san. So everyone is against Guan Nam and they start fighting. But let me tell you, it's maybe a 10-minute fight scene, but it's done so well because Guan Nam gets a hit into everybody. Everybody attacks Guan Nam, but they can't handle him because he's so super zombie Guan Nam, which is still ridiculous. All of a sudden, Nam Ra comes out of nowhere. They start fighting. And Guan Nam's like, you're just like me. And Nam Ra's like, no, I'll never be like you. And like, we share the same smell and this and that. So all this frustration, Nam Ra takes Guan Nam, throws him over the roof. I mean, the building is so high, you think it kills, Guan Nam. But then all of a sudden, a few scenes later, Guan Nam gets up, contorts his body, and then walks off again, and tries to figure out how to get back on top of the roof. What is happening with this character? Like, friggin' seriously. Guan Nam is probably the most annoying character in this because he's constant, he's repetitive. I feel like the writers didn't know what to do because I feel like every zombie movie or show gives you that one alpha or that villain that's a zombie that knows how to use it but doesn't know what to do. So now back at quarantine camp, we find out that Sean-Moo finds out the origin of this virus, but they have no luck into finding out what's happening. But according to a scientist, the structure of this virus changes over time, meaning that it appears to be a different strain every single time someone's get bit. Also changes whoever that person or individual is. So they're also interrupted by a thing where they find that they found a detective, but then he also has information on the virus. And the detective is Detective Jaik. Now, from what I forgot to tell you in the previous episode, this episode is that Jaik and they're on that minibus and they're going, but then they run into Yoon-ji and she gets hit and she gets off her bike, but then they take her and she's back at the quarantine camp now. So something's going to happen. So he reveals, the detective reveals that there is a laptop at the school that they need to go get. In order to do that, they have to, it has all the research on it of what this virus is, what happens. So Sean-Moo gets a team together to go back to the school to retrieve this laptop. So finally, Nam Ra and everyone, they're still sitting around the fire, which is slow moving at times, these scenes. But then all of a sudden, she hears something in the distance. And everybody's like, what do you hear? And Chong-san's like, I hear a helicopter. So they all get up and they're like, oh my god, the helicopter, yes, here, there. So the four military officers come down. They do go through the science lab to get the laptop. They do get the files off the laptop and they take the kids back. But then all of a sudden, while that's happening, Yoon-ji attacks Chol-soo at the camp because, she feels like, oh, she's hungry, she has to kill him. Of course she's annoying, she's just a bitch about it, but she eats him in front of everybody, and then the camera finds out like that, Sean-Moo just like, okay, what's happening? Like, yeah, we brought her in, but she showed no signs of being a zombie. So the other guy's like, she's asymptomatic. She has the virus, but she shows no signs of being sick. So all of a sudden, this goes back to the school. Sean-Moo makes a harsh realization that he doesn't know who's sick and who's not sick. So he calls off the rescue mission of the kids because he doesn't know what's going to happen. It's such an emotional scene that you don't know what to expect at all. It's really hard because as this is going on, you're like, okay, they're being stupid. And so Moo's telling the other person on the other end at this school who's on the rooftop with the helicopter to shoot the kids and kill them. But the guy doesn't do it. He has a remorse. He can't do that. So as they're flying away, he just looks at them. The kids start crying. They don't know what to do. And, it's a crazy scene, but it's elevated like crazy. Once we get back to the quarantine camp, we find that Yoon-ji is held captive, and Sean-Moo and the others are desperate to work out and find what's happening. Now, the virus has definitely mutated and changed into something different, at least in this character, except, you have Guan Nam and Nam Ra. But in order to figure out who actually is infected, the soldiers must take drastic measures. Now, back at the rooftop, it begins to rain, and, the kids are just like, oh my god, it's raining. And then as it's raining, they all release all of their emotions out while it's raining. Every single character does so. in a heartfelt scene, which is really, really touching because they've been through so much in 9 episodes that it's crazy to think what else is going to happen to them because we're only on episode 9. Now, while this is happening, Chong's son snaps out of it and comes up with an idea. The thunder and lightning noise is not good for the zombies because Chong Sung says, what if we move, but we move at the sound of the thunder and the lightning? Because he sees Nam Ra having difficulty with the noise. Because evidently the rain and the loud noise stops these zombies from doing certain things. Basically the ones who have mutated into superhuman zombies. Or I keep saying superhuman, but super zombies. But the ones that are regular and just running around and biting people really kind of doesn't affect them, but the noise does. So it's really interesting. I'm trying to figure out still what's going on. So specifically, they want to head to the mountains to get away to the urban area completely. This way they have a chance to survive because the adults didn't help them and all they have is each other. Now, as they're escaping and they're going out and back down and just running around after the school, it's like crazy how they went all the way up to the roof and are going back down to ground level in order to get out of there. So as they do that, they go along the wall, and all of a sudden, while they're going under the truck that crashed into the school in the very first episode with all those metal sheets, Chong's son sees his mother. Yes. I was all of a sudden like, wait a minute, his mother was a zombie. No, he doesn't realize, and he can't fathom that his mother turns into a zombie. And then that's the end of the episode. Crazy, crazy episode. More so emotional than usual. I feel like now this episode was much better than episodes 7 and 8 combined, because 7 and 8 slowed down the pace a little bit, because I'm pretty sure we needed that because episodes 1 through 6 were just so chaotic that you need a few, laid back episodes like 7 and 8 in order to give us more of what we're going to expect. Episode 9, however, gave us that full thing of starting off with a fight scene and ending with an emotional aspect to where see that Chong Sung sees his mother as a zombie. It's very heartbreaking because we go back to flashbacks of how the mother is and how she loves her son. She wants her son to do good, and all she cares about is her son. It's a sad, sad thing, and it's emotional when you watch it because you yourself are like, wow, what just happened? And he didn't know his mom turned into a zombie. So it's really sad to see, but it was a really well done episode, and I'm surprised at how good it was. Like I said, episodes 7 and 8 combined were really lackluster, but episode 9 really, really picked it up. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 9 of All of Us Are Dead. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? And where do you, like I keep saying, where do you see the series going up until the ending? Who's going to live? Who's going to die? And, I'm hoping they explain what's going on with, Guan Nam and Nam Ra with all this super zombie, and hopefully they find the mutation and understand and explain to us what's happening. But, we'll see, and who knows what's going to happen. So let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked. And please remember, no spoilers in the comments. If you do spoil it, I will delete the comment because I'm doing episodic reviews on this series. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 9 of All of Us Are Dead. And I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in tomorrow for my episode 10 review of All of Us Are Dead. 감사합니다.